Hi, it's Karen from Simply Said with Karen, and sorry I am so late, but I had a few glitches and I couldn't find what I'd already done, so I had to start over again, and then I couldn't figure out how to get the live video going, so here I am. So things happen. So today I'd like to do this sketch that I posted yesterday. And this is the way it showed on the post, but you can always turn it around if you wanted to and do it this way, or you could turn it around and do it this way. There's no right or wrong way when you have a sketch, and you can lay out your elements of your card just however you would like. So for this card, I'm using the Well Done stamp set. It's so cute. And the paper Whale of a Time. So it's 6x6 designer series paper, and there's some really cute papers in here. I had a very hard time trying to decide which to do. And then there's a Build It Whale punch. So it has the whale, and it has an eye there, and some droplets of water, and this goes on his underbelly, and this is a fin. But you can also stamp. So in the stamp set there's seahorses and turtles and a whale, coral and greenery, pods of fishing, and some really cute sayings. So I chose today to go with Pretty Peacock. I'll just tell you what the colors are in this designer series paper. There's Balmy Blue, Blackberry Bliss, Bumblebee, Calypso Coral, Granny Apple Green, Just Jade, Pacific Point, Pool Party, Pretty Peacock, Shaded Spruce, and Whisper White. So you have a lot of colors to choose from, and I'm really boring. I'm sorry, I only used a couple of colors. And I did use some vellum because the embossing folder that goes with this is to die for. It's so cute. And you know, it doesn't mean to say that you have to just use it for Under the Sea, except it's got some starfish in there. Oh well. So anyways, I started off with a 8.5 by 5.5 piece of cardstock, and this is Pretty Peacock, and I scored it at 4 1/4 and burnished it with my bone folder. So I've already done that. Now this is one of the pieces of designer series paper. So, and it's 4 3/8. Is that right? 4 1/4 is 4/8, 3/8. And then across it's 5 3/8. So anyway, so this is the one I chose to use. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that on there. Now I'm going to show you the new tape. I just feel so discombobulated. I can't believe it. Okay, so this is the Stamp and Seal. So, and it's it really sticks. So you don't get a second chance at this one. So if you make a mistake, there's going to be a problem if you want to take it off. Now instead of, this is different from the snail, there's a cover here that goes on. I think it goes on some there. So it goes on, and you have to take that out. It's not like the snail where you could just turn it back. Now this has the same mechanism that snail does have, but The refills for the stamping seal will not fit in the case for the snail, so you'll need to get a new case if this is the route you want to go. The other Stamp and Seal Plus is a heavier duty one, and it's even more sticky, so that you can use it on 3D items if you're making boxes or castles or houses or whatever you're making. So it holds a little bit stronger. So we'll just use this. Actually, because I'm susceptible to being crooked, I think I'll just use this. So I'm just gonna, oh yeah, maybe I won't be using this because I think it's plugged. Okay, here we go. Now this paper has direction to it, so you have to be careful when you cut it. Not all the pieces do, but some do. So you don't, if you want, you put your card sideways or landscape, and you see what I mean. You want to, I think what I'm going to do is this. I find sometimes that it's easier to have it open. There, so that's done. So that's on there, pretty good. So the next thing is the 2 pieces of long strips, and I chose the Pretty Peacock, and I cut it for about 4.5 inches, because I find that when it makes I use the triple banner punch to make a flag, and I find that it takes out a big chunk. So that's, and it's 1.5 inches wide. So I'm just going to get the glue or the tape for that. With this one, you don't have to check it, you don't have to help it to roll. So that's on there. So this is the other side of this designer series paper. So this is what it looks like. This is on one side, this is on the other side. I'm going to use this side. And this one is 1 inch. And I think I just made it a tad longer than, or shorter than this one, because then it's probably, let me find my ruler. I don't want to mislead you, and that could be a problem in itself. Okay, so it's probably 3.5 inches long, and then when you cut it off, it's shorter, of course. So we'll just put this one on. And this will go about here. Okay. Now I used a piece of vellum, and this vellum is 4 inches across this way by 2.25 inches down. I think it's the same size as that one, yeah. So that's what I'm going to put my whale on. Now because, I guess it's a little longer than I thought. Okay, so we'll just cut some off. So I'm going to make it 3.5 by 4. Okay, it's a little short. So see what happens? You just have to sometimes go with it. So I'm going to put it on here like this. And because I'm going to put the whale on it, I'm not going to get too fussed about the adhesive. So we'll just put it right about there. Now, the whale. I built myself another whale because the whale that I had, I lost. So what happens is that we have the builder punch, the whale punch. So this is the main body of the whale. This is his underbelly. This is one of the fins. This is the water coming out of his spout, and this is just another one that's cascading over. Now, I wasn't too sure if this is the hole for his blowhole or his eye. So I just, rather than trying to keep track of that little piece, if it's his eye, I just used a black felt pen and put the eye color in for this one. Now, when I finally found this one, I had punched a piece of cardstock for his eye. Now there's a stamp here. That I'm going to stamp a little bit. And there's a larger splotch on here too that could be his blowhole. And when I did it on this one, I think I got it upside down. So I'm going to, okay, so we want to put the splotches about there. Okay, so we can go with that. Now, there's a piece on, I'll get this out of the way because I've already put my finger in a few times. There's an underbelly here that I punched from spruce, shaded spruce. And that one goes here. And then his little fin that you punch from here goes here, and you can put the eye on. Now you can sponge around it if you wish. I didn't. And now I'm going to put this on with dimensionals, because he's just a swimming away. Okay, dimensionals. Does this ever happen to you? Like you have something, you put it down, and then you can't find it. I think I spent half my life looking for stuff. So here we go. I have the mini dimensionals, and I'll put 3 or 4 on there just to make sure it's being held. These backings don't want to come off very good today, but that's okay. We'll just persevere. Okay. So he's going to go just about here because he's just a swimming around and he's having a good time. And then the last thing we need to do is we need to stamp a sentiment. And I'm sure that I did. I know I did. Got a square piece of paper to stamp the sentiment on, but I can't find it right now. Hello, I mean, that's just it. That's the story of my life. So I am going to excuse the punch. I know that it's discontinued, but it's fast and easy. Okay, so I have a square punch, and I'm going to mount it on a piece of Pretty Peacock, and this one is cut with the second smallest, so there's small 1, small 2, and it's done with this stitch shapes, which has squares and circles and ovals, and I just find these really handy. So we're going to stamp that in the sentiment in Pretty Peacock. And I just want to let you know about the different sentiments on here because they're cute. So this one says, thanks a ton, well done, my love for you is bigger than the ocean, you're a big deal, the one that I used, and hoping all your birthday wishes come true. Those are really cute. So I'm going to just put it on here, and again I'm going to use the snail because I can't get my, not snail, my Stampin' Seal. I can't get my liquid glue going. Well, it seems like I can't get this one going either. Okay, here we go. I don't know if I'm pushing too hard or not pushing enough to get it started. So there's that. Let me just close this before I put my whole hand in it. And so then I will attach the sentiment with more dimensionals. Now I just had them. You saw me have them. Okay. We'll put one in each corner. And again, these are the mini dimensionals. Come on. I'll just use my paper piercer to get them out because I don't know where my pick it up tool is. There. So there's your big whale that's done. So cute. And I just wanted to let you know too that I actually forget what oh yeah, here we go. With the papers, I'm sure I told you what colors were in there, but there's some images that you can cut out. For instance, you can cut out the turtles, And there's some whales in here that you can cut out as well. Here's a, I don't know what you call a bunch of turtles. And they have, I used a fish, oh, where's this one? Oh dear, I can't find it. Anyways, there's one with a big school of fish going in a circle. I don't know if you've ever seen that. We were lucky enough to, oh, I forgot to put my splotch of water on. We were lucky enough when we took an Alaskan cruise a couple of years ago that we went whale watching, and the sperm whales, they're big guys. Anyways, they were feeding, and what they do is they see a big pool of fish in the ocean, and then they go around and around and around and around in a circle, and it gets the fish going in a circle, and then they come up from underneath of the fish and open their mouths, and they get fed by the buckets full. I mean, they eat a lot of fish. And then they go down, and you can always tell when they're ready to come up out of the water, because the birds are circling as well. So everybody's circling, having a good time, and the fish get fed. Or the whales get fed. Okay, I need to find one more dimensional, but I'm just going to talk about it. I'll find it in a minute. Okay, so there's your card. So give it a try. Sketches are really fun to use. They just get your creative juices flowing, and like I said, you can turn them in any direction you want. It's just to get you started thinking and having a good time stamping. So see you later. Bye now.